Hi, my name is Desiree, and thank you so much for being here. What I have for you is a 30-day series of commitment. I created this series to help you commit to your personal practice, to inspire you to move differently, and if you're a teacher, to maybe inspire your students to move differently as well. What I hope you get out of this is to learn something new, again, move your body in a different way, and most importantly, have fun. So if you could for me, please, just go ahead and close your eyes. Exactly where you are. Just close your eyes, take a few deep breaths. And think about where you are in this exact moment. And just a few steps before that to bring you up to where you are now. So because this series is all about commitment, I want you to just take a few moments to think about what that word means to you, how you feel when you hear that word. Is there some place in the body that responds when you hear that word? And anything else that comes up around thinking about this word. How do you commit to yourself? What does it look like when you are committed? So over the course of these next 30 days, I want you to check in with that question, right? This isn't something you necessarily have to answer right now, but just allow these things to marinate, right? And reflect back on them periodically. Take a really big, deep breath in. Go ahead and take another deep inhalation followed by a deep exhalation. So with the breath, we're trying to get even on both the inhale and the exhale. Everything is going to come in and out through the nose. Keep the face soft, the throat soft, the chest. Just turn all of your focus and attention onto your breathing. So keep breathing like this. I'm just going to talk you through some of where we're going to go. Excuse me. So we're going to move into a 3-part breath, a complete breath, Dirga Pranayama. So what that's going to sound like, what that's going to look like, right? I'm going to instruct you to inhale deeply down into the belly, right? So all your breath is going to initiate down in the navel cavity, right? You're going to break it up into 3 parts, right? So this first part, we're just going to inhale, fill the belly, fill everything up until essentially like we get to the bottom edge of the ribs, right? And then that second big sip of air is going to fill up the rib cage, and then that third big sip of air is going to fill up everything up to the collarbones, the shoulders, fill it all up, all right? And then as you exhale, you're going to decompress from the upper chest, right, and then to the ribs, and then into the belly, right? Eventually, right, we want this to be one even smooth breath coming in and coming out. If at any point you start to feel dizzy, lightheaded, anything where it's just getting complicated, return to a natural rhythm of breathing, coming in and out, in and out. So on your next exhale, fully expel all of the air out. And then initiate that breath from the low belly, right? The navel cavity, fill up, and then fill up the lungs, and then fill up the chest. And then then go ahead and exhale from the chest, from the ribs, from the belly. Right? You don't have to follow my instructions. I'm just here to kind of guide and coach you. Right? You don't have to guide my time or follow my timing, but just follow that pattern to the best of your ability. So inhale belly, inhale ribs, inhale upper chest, exhale upper chest, exhale ribs, exhale belly. So keep breathing like this. I'll come back and grab you in a few moments. And then make this round your last. And then return to a natural rhythm of breathing. Go ahead and open up your eyes. Sweep your arms up overhead. All right, so watch me first and then I'll guide you through where we're going. So we're gonna come into a side stretch. So I'm gonna take my right hand onto my left wrist. I'm gonna reach long throughout the entire left side of my body, right? I'm gonna anchor down through my foot, reach through the entire side. I'm gonna reach up and over. Right. So from here, I'm gonna step back with my left foot, right? I'm going to come onto the toes. I'm going to press down into those toes and use that. So I'm kind of pressing down, but then also shifting my weight back on that back foot. So I can use that as traction to get into a little deeper of a stretch, right? And now it starts to come more into the front of the body also, right? And then from there, what we're going to do is we're going to pull from the right side. We're going to pull this whole left side of the body into more of a diagonal forward fold, right? We're gonna pull, 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 right? My back foot, all my weight is on my back foot now. Right, and now I'm gonna turn this into a side stretch on the right side. So I'm gonna guide my movement with my left arm, right? So I'm gonna sweep everything over to the left now, right? Everything's pulling. Now I'm starting to feel the side stretch in my right side, right? Weight's even in both the feet, right? And then I'm gonna circle up. And then I'm going to come back to center, step the feet together, and that's where we're going to go. We're going to do once on one side, once on the other. So go ahead and grab onto the left wrist, right? Reach long on the whole left side of the body. Take it up and over to the right. Eyes can be open or closed. Whatever you need to do to get more into this inward space to focus. All right, go ahead and step those left toes back behind you. All right, bend the knees if you need. All right, weight shifts back on the back foot. Right, and then we're going to take this over to the right for this diagonal forward fold, right? So you're reaching towards, like for me, I'd be reaching towards that corner of the right corner of my mat. And now using the left side of my body, I'm going to pull everything over to the left. Okay, so now all the movement is being pulled and guided from the left side, from the left arm. Now we're going to sweep and circle up. So we come up into a side bend on the right. And I'm going to pull myself up to center. Step the left foot to the right. Release the hands and the arms down by your sides. Take the arms up. Grab onto the right wrist. And reach up and over, bend to the left. Step the right foot back. Come onto the toes. Use that as traction. And then we're going to start to fold and pull. So we're in that diagonal forward fold. And pull from the right. So now we're getting into the left side. And then sweep the arm up and around to stand, and then side bend to the right. And pull everything back to center. Step the right to meet the left. Release the hands, take them down by your sides. Roll out the neck. Take any intuitive movements that feel good to you here. Now step the feet hip distance apart. Take your hands onto your hips. Lift up on the thighs. Right, and stand down strong through the feet. Right, same thing as Tadasana essentially, right? So we're gonna hinge, right, and we're gonna lower down halfway, and then we're gonna come back up. So the entire time that you're hinging down and unhinging to come back up, you're gonna dig and use your, I've been calling this the control center, not sure where I got it from. If you know, let me know. But what I'm referring to is this whole lower navel area, right? And the lower back and even the sides of the body, right? So essentially it's like this whole band that's gonna help draw everything in towards center, hug up, keep everything engaged and structured. And low back stays long. And so I'm gonna reach into my control center, hands onto the hips, and I'm gonna fold forward. And I'm going to take my time. I'm going to go steady so I keep my hips over my heels. And I'm just going halfway and then taking it back up. Okay. And then I'm going to step your feet just slightly wider. Okay. We're going to do the same thing. So feet are parallel. Okay. So reach into the legs, reach into the control center, right, and then fold halfway. Stay broad across the chest, right, so arms reach back. And then lift. All right, and then take your feet even wider. Right, obviously, so you feel balanced. Re-root into the feet, re-lift through the legs, draw everything in. Go ahead and fold. This time take the hands to the floor or onto blocks. Pause here. Come back to the control center, right? And then go ahead, release the trunk towards the ground. Walk the hands back any amount you can towards the feet. Press the shoulders away from the ears. So even though there's structure, there's softness. And then walk the hands back out. Come to the flat back. And then bend through the right knee any amount you can. Right, we're going to keep the leg in neutral, toes planted on the ground for now. And then go ahead, walk it over to the right. And then walk it back over to the left. This time we're going to take the leg into external rotation, toes come up towards the sky. And then walk it over to the right. Come back to center. We're going to take it once more over to the left. All right, so bend deeply in the knee. This time, again, we're going to keep the leg in neutral, foot on the floor. Go ahead and plant your hands in the corner of your mat, right, or right on this angle of the left foot. Hands planted. arms straight, and then any amount you can straighten the left leg. Right, so now we're turning this more into like a side stretch, right? Obviously, you'll feel it in other places too, but the focus is more on the right side of the body. Rebend the knee, walk it back to center, and then bend through the left leg. Plant the hands, straighten the arms, right? And then straighten that right leg as much as you can. Bend through the knee, walk it back to center. Take your hands onto your hips, dig into your control center, lift yourself up with the flat back. Keep the hips over the ankles the entire time. And then walk the feet together very slowly with control. And then when you come to Tadasana, pause. Go ahead and turn and face your mat. Come up onto the toes. Stay neutral in the body. And then take your time to lower down the entire time you're on your toes. All right. Go ahead and come onto your seats. Extend the legs long. We'll be in Dandasana, or staff pose, for a moment. So hands by your sides, lift evenly through front, back, sides of the trunk. Reach out through the heels and bring the pinky toes towards your face. Take your hand to the back of the right knee, and we're going to step the footing as close to the seat as possible. And also more towards the center. Excuse me. All right, hug your leg, sit up tall, right? Hug your leg. Just take a moment here, being close, supporting yourself. So we're going to turn this into a twist, right? A version of Marichyasana. So hold onto the leg with the left hand, and then start to turn the belly from left to right. Take your right hand back behind you, use it as a kickstand, use it as support. So my arm's actually pressing into my chest to help keep me uplifted. All at the same time, I'm drawing into that control center to keep that low back long. Right, back body hugged into the front body. I'm gonna pull a little more snug on the thigh, right, and use that traction with connection of the arm and the leg as traction to twist a little deeper. Right, so as I twist deeper from the belly, and then I'm going to twist deeper from the ribs, and then deeper from the shoulders and the chest. So the upper back will start to narrow. The right side of the upper back will draw in towards the spine. The left side will reach away from the spine. And then untwist, come back to center, pause, hug the leg. Use your hands to unfold the leg and bring you back to Dandasana. Second side. So grab onto the left leg, right? Step the foot in as close as possible and in towards the midline. Just take a moment, sit tall. Be here. And grab onto the leg with the opposite arm. And then twist the belly from right to left. Use that left arm to support you, keep you upright. And then twist a little deeper. Right, first through the belly, then the ribs, then the shoulders. Right, so that upper back starts to narrow. Right, the left upper back comes in towards the spine. The right upper back moves out away. Start to untwist yourself. Come back to center. Extend the leg. So left meets right. And then slide yourself down. Bend the knees, plant the feet. We're going to make our way onto our back. All right. So just take a moment to find neutral in the spine here. Right? Get really long on the back body against the mat. Draw the right knee in towards the chest. Draw the left knee in towards the chest. And then don't even touch the legs, just allow them to be there. Close your eyes. Step the left foot down, straighten the leg. And then bring the right leg across the body for a supine twist. Allow the hips to turn to the left, right? Chest, belly, chest stays as center as possible. As you relax into this pose, right? Allow this sensation or even visualize this whole spreading of everything moving from left to right, right? Like that whole left side is anchored down on the mat and everything on the belly, on the front of the body is just going to spread over to the right. And untwist, bring everything to center. Bend the left knee, step the leg up, take the right foot down, straighten the leg, and then bring that left leg over to the right. We're going to use that same visual of everything in the trunk anchoring down from the right side, right, and spread and release over to the left. So the whole left side of the trunk and body just spreads. Untwist, bring everything back to center. Bend the right leg, step the knee in towards the chest. Take a moment here. Take the feet to the ground. Walk the feet together so the inner edge of the feet are touching. And then take the legs wide, bringing them down towards the ground. One thing I want you to do here is, so we want the pelvis to be more neutral, right? So I want you to just slide the back body up as if the whole skin kind of like pulls down, right? So it takes everything on the back body down towards the feet. And then lengthen from the inner thighs out to the knees. Place one hand on the belly, one hand above the navel. Close the eyes if you haven't already. And start to breathe in a little bit deeper. We're going to go back to that 3-part breath, that complete breath of breathing into the navel, the ribs, then the chest, and then exhaling from the chest, from the ribs, from the navel. So on your next exhale, fully expel all of the air out. And then prepare to fill the belly, fill the ribs, fill the upper chest, and release from the chest, the ribs, the belly. Continue to breathe in this pattern, and I'll come grab you in a moment. Make this round of breath your last. And then return to a natural rhythm of breathing. Take your hands to your thighs and bring the legs together. Pause here in neutral. Roll onto your side. Use your arm as a pillow. Stay for a round of breath. Use your hand to press yourself up. Leave the head and neck soft. Last to lift. Return to a seat. When you're ready, go ahead and open up your eyes. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. If you have any comments, questions, feedback, I love hearing from you guys. So let me know, and good luck for the next 30 days, staying committed and focused, and I'll see you next time.